Hello Plug-in India viewers, this is Amit here and I'm going to show you two lists, one on this side and the other one on this side. Here are the car manufacturers who were there at the expo and these are the ones who are not there at the expo. So what is the most obvious thing in this? What do you think? Think. Come on. I know you know it. Okay, let me tell you. On your right, you can see the list of car manufacturers who have plans to launch multiple electric vehicles, electric cars. So on your left, the list that you see is of car manufacturers who have no plans to launch multiple electric cars in the near future. The companies that are really serious about launching multiple electric cars in India in the coming years were there at the Auto Expo. And these companies actually showcase their EV vision in the coming years and they are really serious about India and India's well-being. Tata Motors, and they have a plan of launching multiple electric cars like the Punch, the Altras, the Sierra, the Harrier. So they have plans to launch these electric cars in the next few years. Although I was really disgusted and pissed that Tata Motors guys had the Curve ICE car being showcased there. I was so pissed. I mean, why do you really need to be launching more polluting cars, the ICE cars? I mean, when you have the Nexon EVs and the electric cars that you have in your plan to launch, I think it was really not required. So we really need to move on and stop making any more polluting ICE cars because India doesn't need it. So please, Tata Motors, do you comprende? So Hyundai India has plans to launch 6 electric cars in the next 4 years as per our sources. But in my honest opinion, Hyundai is really not doing much because they've launched the Hyundai Ioniq 5 in a very uber expensive price range and very limited numbers. So although Hyundai had the guts to at least be there at the Auto Expo, but they really need to do more. So Kia India showcased their EV9 concept monstrosity of an SUV at the Auto Expo. There is no idea whether they're going to be selling that EV9 concept car in India. The Kia EV6 is there, yes, but what I actually saw was just ICE cars, and can you please stop doing that? We don't need any more ICE cars in India. And BYD will have 3 electric cars in 2023. We already have the BYD E6, the Atto 3 is coming and the BYD Seal. And yes, they will also be launching the Dolphin and the other cars in the Ocean series. So BYD can only be a strong player in the electric car space in India when they start manufacturing in India. So finally we have MG Motors, and I'm a British company. MG Motors, can you please stop doing that, because you may be able to fool the people, but the EV community definitely knows that you're a Shanghai Automotive Industrial Corporation. So at the Auto Expo, MG only had a few plug-in hybrids and a few other electric SUVs. They never showcased the MG Air, which we were expecting them to show. And as always, as we have known, nobody wants to showcase a small car, and they all want to get into the premium segment of SUVs and the big cars. Extremely disappointing, MG. So companies like the Mahindra, Volkswagen, Skoda, Honda cars, Nissan and Renault have no plans to launch multiple electric cars in the coming years. So the companies that were not there at the Auto Expo are the ones who are not interested in helping India control the air pollution or also the oil imports. And these are the companies we should avoid buying cars from. So the two outliers at the Auto Expo were Maruti Suzuki and Toyota. They just shamelessly paraded their ICE cars. It was just yuck! So we see no hope for Suzuki or Toyota because they have no EV vision and they will go irrelevant because the Tata Motors, the Teslas, the Chinese car manufacturers and the Indian startups will eat into their market share. So Toyota and Suzuki have no interest in stopping Indian air pollution or the oil imports, and we should stop supporting them. We have the same observation with the big ICE mafia two-wheeler companies, Hero MotoCorp, Honda India, Bajaj Auto, TVS Motor Company and Royal Enfield. So these companies want to keep their ICE business going. So I would any day support Ola Electric or the Ather Energy because they have an EV vision as compared to these big ICE mafias, and you should also do the same. So there you have it, guys. Now you know who are for India and who are anti-India. The bike and the car companies have successfully hidden themselves from the Auto Expo, but not anymore. They've been exposed. So people are demanding EVs and they're running away from an important mission to help India. Shame on Toyota, Suzuki, Mahindra, Volkswagen, Skoda, Honda Cars, Nissan and Renault, Hero Honda, Bajaj, TVS. Did I miss anybody?